The sound you hear is me laundering money. Okay. When did Teresa Marie Halbach die? Huh? You see, Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey did not kill Teresa Marie Halbach. But yet she's dead. Why? Why? Why is she dead? Autopsy. Assuming these bones are Homo sapien. Okay, Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey spent how many years in prison because we're assuming the bones are Homo sapien? How far away is those are Teresa's bones are we? Okay. Well, the bones have cut marks in them. Let's examine this for a minute. Brendan Dassey said nothing about the long and arduous process of dismemberment. Where on the Avery Auto Salvage property do we find a complete dismemberment of 130 pounds of human being? We don't even have where she's shot in the head 150 times in the garage, okay, and the bullet sitting on top of dust. There's no dust on the bullet, number one. Number two, the red speck identified as blood and DNA matching, whatever, by Cohen ends up being actually a piece of paint with some wood in it under the microscope. All right. Oh, great job there, Shelly. Anyway. Oh, not to mention that if it went all the way through, like they suggest, because there's a bullet exiting the skull, then there would be the spray splatter. Didn't happen. Didn't clean it up. Not with turpentine and not with bleach. Dumbass. Yeah, okay. So there's that. But now let's go ahead and look at something else. There's bones in 4 barrels behind his sister Barb's place. There's bones in all 4 of them, which means he used them to burn Teresa up after he dismembered her. Well, where did you dismember her? You guys were on the property. The dogs didn't detect any place where you dismembered 130. Geez. No. Where are you going to do this at? When are you going to do this? You're off doing other shit. If you're off doing other stuff, then you're not doing this. Where are you doing this? Who's coming around? Who's leaving? You burn 130 pounds of human being in that burn pit. The dogs walk right on by and don't even pay it no attention other than the fact there's another dog on it. What? No. But Teresa's still dead. Okay, well, let's look at these burn barrels. And they've got places out there where they're in the pit. Ron and Corey, Manawha County gravel pit, those 2 places too. Well, where is Stephen Avery doing this, and when does he have time? Those factors are not coming. They're not matching the timeline. Not for the logistics of it all, okay? Not for the actual, factual. You just got fitting that time in. You ain't got enough fuel. You don't have enough time. You need at least a quart of good seasoned tamarack. All right? Good seasoned tamarack. At least a quart to burn a corpse like that. Not a couple of, a little bit of stuff that you gather around the yard, put on a golf court. You burn her entire body with just a couple of loads of golf cart, a few tires. That is astronomically insane. Okay, now, this is burn barrels. If Teresa Marie Halbach is alive on the 31st, she's alive on the 30th. She's at her grandparents' house. They're celebrating his grandfather's birthday for the next day, by the way. Okay, so she's there. We know she's there. Boom, knock her off. She's got to be unburned. Unburned. 5 to 7 days. All right. 24 hours, insects will find the body. Okay. Another 24 hours will be larvae all over the place. That's 2 days. It's going to feed on it for 3 days. 4 days. And it's going to go into this cocoon for a couple of days. Where's this body at? For all this time, for all these flies to come lay their eggs and then turn around and hatch and come out as little flies, okay? And they leave this cocoon, okay, this papa, whatever, behind, this casing. Well, this casing is paper thin, and if it's exposed to a big lighter, it'll go up in flames. Which means, although we found all these casings of these flies in these burn barrels, means not one of these burn barrels Barb Janda used for at least a week to 2 weeks. At least a week. I mean, that's on a good day. And we're talking about in the fall, it's going to take a lot longer than that. So it's more like 2 weeks. Well, number one, they didn't, a week later, it was under whose control? 2 days early, 3 days early. They found, they took control on the 5th, okay? Control on the 5th. There's 5 days. 5 days. Where's Teresa Marie Halbach's body for these 5 days for insects to land on it and go through the process of hatching flies and leaving casings behind? That means it's not burnt, but yet we have burnt bones. Well, the flies aren't going to come to bones that are burnt down to DNA. You can't extract any nutrient out of it whatsoever, let alone you're not going to be able to hatch any, you're not going to put larvae on it. Okay? So these bones are intermixed with something else. They were burnt, but they're intermixed with something else. Like throw your chicken bones out there and don't burn them. Steak, lamb chops, whatever, anything that has a bone. And there's enough of it left over for flies. Something died in order to get those many. All right, otherwise they're just feeding on food, but it's got to be a meat product. They're going to fly on meats or something, but whatever. We know that the burn barrels have not been used for no less than 7 days, and that's good. That's all we need anyway, but more likely 14 days. And there you have it. When Teresa Marie Halbach arrived at Stephen Avery's on the 31st of October 2005, those bones were already cut, those bones were already burnt, and those bones were in the burn barrels. And she left because those bones were already on the property in the condition in which they found them. And yet Teresa's still alive. She's taking pictures of a Plymouth Caravan, not a Dodge minivan, mind you. All right. And Stephen knows her name is Teresa, not that same girl. Okay. You understand now? So those bones have no relevance whatsoever. We can place those bones on the Avery property in the barrels at the same time Teresa's taking pictures of Barb's Plymouth Caravan and Stephen Avery's collecting the money or giving her the money. There you have it. Those bones are not Teresa's. Scientifically proven. What do you got to say about that, Kratz? Huh? I think your timing is a little bit off. That's what I think.